Lord have mercy. I got my man Chef coming up in here. He pulling a sick day, y'all, but he pulled up. That's called dedication, hard work, dedication.
That's called sick pay.
You earn that shit. You earn your sick pay by working. So that's still hard work. You know what I mean? Don't play. Oh my goodness. So we wait for a few people to funnel in before we get down to brass tacks. Dad.
I couldn't miss our guys' recap of the wild times at AEW Dynasty.
He's gonna be hyperbolic as shit. I tried to wait a few because this dude gonna be so hyperbolic. I'm gonna let him go. But
AEW pulled up to the opera.
He gonna be like, this is the greatest, most spectacular live show I ever witnessed. Y'all already know. I can already see this bullshit. Welcome everybody that's joining us early. If you are here, make yourself be known. Get a part of the conversation before we start this show the way we start this damn show. But I know damn well why you think I put this at the top of the show?
Wait. You know how we start the show, Evan? You know how we start the show?
But how we started?
Yeet.
Shut the hell up. He gonna be like, I swear before the Lord Jesus Christ that the AEW Dynasty was the greatest show I'll ever witness. That's
live. You mean live? Yeah,
that's gonna be DP. But listen. All right, here we go. All right, y'all, welcome to the show. Welcome to the podcast. Now listen. DPJR had an opportunity. Dynasty was inexplicably in St. Louis. I don't know why. You going into the murder capital of America to do a pay-per-view. but it is what it is. But they showed up. AEW Dynasty. DPJR was in full effect, actually representing the podcast. Was at the presser, dressed to the nines, asking Tony Khan questions, Willow questions, representing the brand daddy. But listen, and I do appreciate him for that. Trust me, I do, because my ass couldn't be there, and he held it down. But what I'm trying to say is, you were at the show. You seen all 94 matches.
4 hours long.
Didn't get home till 2 o'clock.
Tour de France. Think about what he just said there. Didn't get home till 2 o'clock. Lord Jesus. But with that being said, what did you think of the show?
I thought it was a pretty good show. I'm not gonna be hyperbolic and say it was the best pay-per-view ever, but I will say this was the best live event I had ever been to. And the crowd.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I've never been to a pay-per-view before. I've never been.
I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Yeah, first.
Oh, that's great. I feel good about that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so yeah, I've been to Raws, I've been to SmackDowns, I've even been to a Dynamite, but I haven't been to a pay-per-view. And the atmosphere there, oh my Lord, have mercy. I understand it was only about 600 to 6,500 people in there, but it felt like there was 20,000 people there.
There you go.
And the card was pretty good. And the matches lived up to what they were supposed to be. Although I won't get out there and say a certain match was the best thing I had ever seen. I'm not going to say that. That was a spectacular match. Shout out Will Ospreay for answering my questions. Appreciate you too. To be there in attendance for the AEW World Championship match and to see Swerve Strickland win that championship, to be there for a moment in time, it was spectacular. Not only that was the second time a major professional wrestling promotion has crowned their first Black World Champion. The first time was The Rock. The second time was Swerve Strickland. So to be there for that type of moment, a historic moment, and we were all accepting of it. We were waiting on it. It was just crazy. It was crazy just to be there and to be in the presser and just to be amongst greatness. spectacular time. I appreciate you, my brother. I couldn't thank you enough. I had the time of my life. Like you said, I was dressed to the nines. You know, I did not know me and Swerve Strickland was going to match. That was crazy. We both been black and gold. It was wild. They did tell on themselves a little bit because Swerve Strickland had the world championship at Busch Stadium.
Huge mistake.
That was a huge mistake. As people
huge mistake.
And I know that leak. That's the only thing that I didn't like about that whole weekend there. I couldn't change much about the show. I wouldn't have changed anything about the show except for one small thing. I would have put that tag ladder match where they put Willow and Julia Hart. I would have switched that out because they had 3 back to back to back. We were tired by the end. You can't give us those type of matches back to back to back. If you take that match and you put the Willow Julia match and you switch those out, the crowd can get back up for the full entirety of the Samoa Joe Swerve Strickland match. Shout out to Samoa Joe for the hell of a champion that he is. He finally got the run that he deserves with the world title at the top of a professional wrestling promotion in this decade. He did a great job, you know. And shout out MJF for not being there to have me ask a question to break Twitter, daddy.
Yo, you did break Twitter, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you. You type MJF in Twitter, your question, and that quote from Tony Khan comes up. So that's what it's all about, brother. I don't give a damn about anything else but enjoying yourself. We have to understand something here. Wrestling journalism is kind of fake. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, a lot of wrestling journalists, for some reason, they walk around like they're Walter Cronkite, but they're not. So your job as a person that comes to the Presser fam is to try to get something that the sheets pick up, hopefully bring eyes to the podcast, and you represent the podcast to the best of your ability. All this, don't let these people get you wrapped up in like they're breaking the world with sitting down and poaching content from the great Tony Khan, because that's what they're doing. They're poaching content. So you actually had a viable question. You had a question that was answered. You had a question that people wanted to hear. And at the end of the day, you got an answer. And it's great to hear. You can answer things without answering things. MJF is still with AEW. No one really thought. Everyone thinks they knew, but that was it. You kind of drove the point home. People now are almost guaranteed he's there. You got that out of him. And for that I thank you. Now, Swerve being champion, it's cool, man. It's cool. I'm going to push back on the historic black stuff a little bit, man, because I'm just thinking because of the barrier's kind of been broken, though, right? Hasn't the black barrier been broken, though? Hasn't it, though?
And I mean, because
if you talk to Swerve, he act like, I don't know, man. I'm just saying, hasn't the black barrier been broken? I could be wrong. But I'm like, yeah.
I don't know.
Lashley, Dwayne, Mark Henry, like Big E, Kofi, Bianca. I'm just like, when? At what point are we just going? I don't know, man. Every single time one of my people have a solid achievement, we immediately go to our color. As opposed to you just working really hard and getting to the point that you deserve, and you happen to be black. My only problem with you coming out in the Black Panther shit and you doing bro, this should have been about your journey in WWE, kind of writing you off in that kind of stuff. But all I'm seeing is all these like this. We did one for the brothers. I put like this. I didn't feel that way when I seen him win the championship. I was like, good for him. Good for him. He went to a different promotion, found his groove, found his niche, found his character, proved that he can just be a wrestler and wrestle. Now, getting up at the presser and starting kind of putting yourself in the same light as Kofi, that's tough for me. That's where he lost me. That's just me personally, bro. That's where he lost me, man. Because I was like, Kofi Mania was.
That was once in a lifetime.
But that's why I don't know. Like he always does that. I'm always kind of like.
But he was the first, and there's always a first for everything.
They like 2 Negroes in the company.
That get on TV. It ain't too many of them that get on TV.
Let's keep it a buck.
Give it a buck.
Because just me, man. I'm not trying to sway anybody's opinion. I'm just telling you what I think about it. I think,
yeah, absolutely.
I think we've broken some barriers. I think we have. That's all I'm saying, man. It was a good.
Now,
It was
the thing about it is, how long are they going to let him be champ?
Till Wembley.
Till they put it on Ospreay.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
He's over, brother.
He's gonna do it in jolly old England too. But listen, I was talking about Dynasty while I was watching it with Jay. Jay was watching it. I was watching it. I was on a little bit of a delay, but I was still watching the show. Found a nice little Dave and Buster's. Was watching it that for FREE. Weasel in there. Talk to somebody. Yeah, talk to somebody. They barely had it on, and I was like, "Yo, can you throw it on?" They're like, "We got it." I go, "Cool." So watching the show. Yeah. Commentary was a little low. I'm not too high on AEW commentary anyway, so I'm not feeling like I miss anything. Listen, I thought the Jack Perry moment was great. Jay called it, but I was like, I still thought it was great. We gotta stop hiding this dude in New Japan. We gotta make this dude lean into all this tomfoolery and do all these things. Swerve winning the title was the next move. There's not too many viable champions in that company, viable, believable champions. Good moment for him. Don't need to see Julia Hart too often anymore. I'm all set. She's not about that life. Get her up out of there. Get her up out of there. Enough is enough. Sasha Banks need to get her ass in the ring. Stat. What else? What are my takeaway? The gun shouldn't have been on the pre-show. Switch out any match on that card. Those kids are stars, man. I'm sick and tired of people thinking they know box office, but don't. Those kids are stars. They are like the dudes that beat you up in high school, man. I am telling you, they are naturally hateable. They're put together. They can wrestle. They know the gimmicks. They know the games. They know the tricks. They have mic presence. The wrestling is improved. What in the hell are they doing on a pre-show? Why? Max Caster is trash.
Whew.
Trash. Enough.
Yeah, he didn't make the main
Get
show.
out of my ring. You suck. A whale's dick. Get out of the ring.
Oh, shit. Oh,
Get Mr. Bowens away from him immediately.
He's a star.
Do I need to call up Britney Spears and tell you how toxic you are? You are trash. All in all, a solid pay-per-view.
Hey, man, Max Caster's so bad. Evan doesn't even say listen anymore.
No. I did that out of homage, out of respect, out of appreciation to a young whippersnapper that was trying to make his way in the industry. Now I say, get out of the ring. JMC, what say you? Dave, Matt, Dylan, Matt, he's my Aussie nose, man. He always knows what I'm talking about. What up, Jay? What you got, man? Tired of this trash. Get the hell out of my ring, man.
Tony Khan and AEW usually produce a very good pay-per-view program.
Yes, they do.
I will say that they're still on the antiquated model of costing $50, which is absurd. But I went for it because I knew DP was going to be there.
Appreciate you, boy.
Of course, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the show. I was exhausted, fell asleep a couple times in my humble abode just watching it because I can't imagine just being there and the energy that's being exuded by that crowd. But I got to give it up to St. Louis because it came across well. Even just on a phone, the crowd seemed extremely hot, very supportive, very respectful, even in there when they were, cheering and booing for the heels and things like that. I was a little confused about the Chris Jericho heat. I didn't know if it was the good heat or the bad heat. To me, it came across like go away heat. We'll get to that, I'm sure. Obviously, the Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson match is what everybody's talking about. I definitely think that it lived up. By having Will Ospreay run through all these people, I'm not saying he should have lost necessarily, but Bryan Danielson is his AEW career. I won't say it's been a letdown. The matches are good. He doesn't have a lot of massive wins. I mean, he never held a title. He lost to MJF. He had a draw with Kenny Omega, and I think he lost the second time to Omega, lost to Will Ospreay. So I mean, I think he's been diminished quite a bit in as far as his value, but obviously he can still go in the ring. And Will Ospreay, some people think he's a spot monkey, obviously one of the best wrestlers in the world.
Ain't even close.
Yeah. So, I love the show. I thought it was very entertaining. I would watch it again. I'm not upset about paying $50 for it. And I was happy to see DP on the post media scrum, getting questions in. So it was a very solid night for me. I just wonder, as I always do, what's next? What does AEW do to capitalize off positive momentum? And I don't think they know the answer to that either. So I have my trepidations about how they follow up. And I see it's Kyle Fletcher and Swerve already in a match on Dynamite in a championship eliminator match, which means if Fletcher beats Swerve, he gets a title shot. And that's where I think they fall short, because as opposed to character, story, having Swerve come out and do a celebration, he still hasn't done anything to actually be a babyface. He's just getting cheered. There's a way to do that. Make a speech where you don't make it all about being the first black champion. But
can you do that? I'll give you $5.
How about just the proud lineage of where he came from, what he overcame to?
Nope, I'm black.
Well, either way, I'm just saying, AEW's default device is just to go, let's put on these crazy matches and more crazy matches. And I feel like that's where they rest on their laurels, and that's why they don't progress. We know their matches are good, or their high spot fests. We know that. But all in all, very enjoyable show. But it's like a video game. It's like a video game or playing with your action figures when you're booking for that night. Yeah, I worry about that.
Well, I cannot tell you how. Listen, everything you said is listen. I told you this ain't. A lot of people make a lot of money. A lot of podcasts make a lot of money bashing AEW. Heaven forbid if AEW gets good, then what will you guys talk about? That's the question. So I never want this podcast to ever morph into a company that I'm pulling for. Now, to the requisite person who loves AEW more than anybody, Chef Justin.
Yeah.
Did you watch anything? Did you hear anything? What's your takeaways from AEW Dynasty? Because like I said, if you want a good wrestling show, I think they gave you a good wrestling show, but what say you?
So this is where all the positivity stops.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, no. You said, now for the guy who loves AEW. Well, apparently that's me. So let me just be honest. I have a problem with a lot of what they're doing, and I agree with JMC. They're rushing everything. It's cookie cutter booking. Like, it's not crockpot booking. It's cookie cutter booking. It's a lot of, well, here's this person, then this person goes away. Mercedes has been out here calling herself the CEO, but hasn't wrestled a match. Like, she's just here. And is she really going to save the TBS title? Because they're certainly not putting her up against Toni Storm, which is also weird. So there's that. You're featuring all these titles. What is the FTW title? What is that?
The one that they said isn't even part of the company, and now they'd say that it is.
Dick all. That's what it is. Continue.
Okay, right. So
the hardcore title.
Not even really. That would make a little sense.
There's just so much nonsense going on with this company, and it sucks because there's a lot of guys I do like. Like, y'all know, going back to last year when
don't say it.
When we
don't
did
say his name.
No, not. I will not mention that guy. But
Thank you.
In terms of last year, I picked someone, if they could come to the E, I picked Ospreay because I saw what he had been doing on YouTube, and I was intrigued, and it made me search all the New Japan stuff and all the stuff he had been doing prior. So, like, they have a lot of stars. I mean, hell, look at what Pac is doing, which he couldn't ever get over. He couldn't get over in WWE, but he is a hell of a wrestler.
I like him.
Hey, listen, we're all entitled to our opinions, okay?
And I'm just reacting to it.
You just have an Okada distaste for you,
I'm just reacting to his opinion. I'm just reacting.
That was a good match.
Listen, I didn't watch it because I don't have time to drop 50, and I believe
I
I was
you.
working. I was working anyway. that part is I was probably working. So the way I saw all of these was just YouTube clips and the internet and X. So I can pretty much see what's happening. And then DPJ was dropping video clips too. So I was like, oh, all right, I see what I need to see. So
since
My brother got me some good tickets.
since we bashed Trick Williams and his weird chant, can we just address something very quickly? Because Evan and I have been talking about it. Pac, his nickname, his moniker is the Bastard.
Mhm.
Now, I don't know if you guys have access to the internet or Webster's Dictionary, but if somebody would care to look up Bastard,
He ain't got no daddy.
Yeah, that's what that really means.
You don't know who his daddy
I
is.
get the slang term. Oh, you bastard! Like you piece
No,
of shit.
I don't give a damn about y'all slang. I know what that word mean. Where your daddy?
So if I Google him, he better not have a dad that he knows.
Your
about.
daddy better not be nowhere in sight.
But nobody thinks that's a strange choice. And what kid is going to get behind him and be like, I want a Bastard shirt, Dad?
None, because your parents gonna be like, no.
Well, don't worry, because AEW doesn't have merch anyway. But
Easy does it. I got a Will Ospreay shirt right next to me,
Wait,
Daddy.
yeah, they do. It's on Etsy.
Yeah, I swear. I see. This is the slander. It's the most
I'm doing my best.
Pinterest.
This is nasty work right here. Listen, Samoa Watchman and pulled up. I sent the smoke signals and blew the conch for Tama Tonga to eat a sandwich. He said something about carbs. Send them to NXT. Well, that's what I'm talking about right now. No, not the way the internet's blowing up. They're like, oh, the way he's so dominant. I go, yeah, till they put that mic in front of him. When they put that mic in front of him. Y'all don't want that. This ain't what you want. Listen, Samoa Watchman said I got my.
We will not talk about my MFT like that.
Listen,
Oh, hell no.
Samoa Watchman said I got my AEW shirt at a swap meet. Yo, shut the hell. You can get some good shit at a swap meet. This is nasty.
Great
work.
shit at a swap
This is nasty.
they don't have it at the event though. Evan and I saw the merch.
That is true though. That frustrates me more than most people. I'm joking right now, but it does frustrate me. A company of this caliber, I'm really big on getting merch at an event, and every time I've gone to an event with Jay, there's literally nothing there. From like some of their top talent, top stars, there should always be a shirt of your champion. There should also be a shirt of your most popular. Whoever has the most followers on social media should have a shirt. It's very bothersome. It's very bothersome to me. And I'm not, listen, I told you, I don't count people's pockets. It's not, you do you. I know where I can find a shirt. Just got me my Toni Storm shirt. Unfortunately, it says it'll be here in 14 days. Damn. Wait a minute. That's crazy. Anytime I see 7 to 14, I'm going in the middle. I'm going to the middle. That's what I'm going to say.
We got to acknowledge Toni Storm too, because
bro, I'm trying to drive the ship. I'm trying to drive the ship, but I got derailed by this love affair for Pac all of a sudden. I didn't know where. See, look, and then he smoke bombs up out of here. Now listen.
I know it's my sister Tata.
Oh, yo, what up, sis?
Yeah,
what up, sis? You better acknowledge the sis. Listen, I need to get my main event Jey Uso shirt. Yeah, you do. What's up? What's really good? You know what I mean? Damn.
Dylan, that's pretty funny, man. Christian better not
She can't stand the tribal chief though.
What say it again?
She can't stand the tribal chief.
Yeah, we will address that at a later time. The chef has returned. But listen, with all that being said, through all the midst of a long pay-per-view, and I give them a pass. I only try to make a joke because it's to amuse myself. But the length of their show is because they don't have as many pay-per-views as a WWE. You know what I mean?
Not for long.
They have like they space theirs out for months. I do think that's the right thing to do.
Oh, they're going monthly. They announced it at the media scrum.
Huh?
Yeah, you're right, but they already shit on that. They announced it at the media scrum. They're going monthly.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. But,
it's not.
And the reason why I don't think that's a good idea is because they don't even build. They have the actual opportunity to build a show by having one every 4 months. You know what I mean? But they don't do that. Like I told you, I'm not trying to bash the company. I'm just trying to talk about what I talk about. But you
got 6,000 people for a very hot crowd, and if you do it every month, it's less special, so you're not going to get that. So it doesn't make sense to do it. No metric, no tangible quadratic equation Tony, says that this is a good idea to do. And it's cool because it's different that you do it the way the WWE used to do it. And it makes them feel very special. I'm not paying $50 a month. If you have a streaming service, we'll talk about it. But I will pay $50 every 4 months for a card like that. But now
this is not a good idea.
It isn't. And I
It's
don't and all metrics will reflect that.
Yo, Dylan Matthews, I agree. If they build this right, the Mariah May heel turn when she turns on Toni Storm will be something. I 100% agree, but this is a good transition. It's a good segue to talk about the best female wrestler in the world. And it's Toni Storm. Now listen, we gotta be careful here when we talk about, like, we're starting to get into all-time great territory now. This is where we're starting to get. We're starting to enter the realm of all-time great. Could you imagine, and I'm not trying to take her away from the company she's actually built this character in, could you imagine what this girl would do if she was that exact character in WWE? Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy on my soul. And here goes the crazy thing about it is, will WWE have let her? I don't think so. I can't say that they would have given her that opportunity because that opportunity was given to her by the great Tony Khan, and giving her that creative freedom, giving that creative leeway. I can't give WWE credit for my hypothetical. I have to give the glory and the praise to the great Tony Khan for this rendition of the timeless Toni Storm. She already was a solid wrestler in the ring. That was she's wrestled all around the world. She's earned her stripes. She's made her way. She's created a character that is reminiscent of old Hollywood. You can cheapen her by calling her a Marilyn Monroe character, but she's actually doing a couple different versions of a couple different old school starlets. She's actually doing her homework. She's doing her research. I don't want to go down to the history of Tinseltown with y'all on this podcast, but take a trip down memory lane. You'll see she's drawing from a few different characters. That's their character development. That's creation. That's savvy. She has a team with her. She's unbelievable. She's the best female wrestler on the planet Earth. AEW has the greatest female wrestler alive. They do. It's Toni Storm. It's Toni Storm. It's Toni Storm. It's Toni Storm until Charlotte Flair comes back. And until she comes back, she still won't have a character as good as Toni Storm's. She won't. She'll just be the great Charlotte Flair. But the character, she's proven to me, yo, Goonie Goon, what it do? She's proving to me that kayfabe is not dead. She has restored my faith in something that is gone, a remnant of a better time. She's taking her character seriously, and she's going all in. She's going method. She's not doing the character, and then you'll see her on Twitter with her dogs. You know what I'm trying to say? She is in this character, and it is absolutely sensational to see. She is still your champion, and she should go on a Roman Reigns run and should not lose this title for years. Not even the Mercedes Moné. DP, take it away.
Being at that press conference, I'm going to tell you right now, when she finished, I stood the chance of me owning a pussy-scented candle of me asking her a question at that press conference.
Chef needs some context.
That means zero. You had to watch the press conference.
Context. You gotta get context.
She said, hold up. She said Nikki Garcia at that conference, at the press conference, she said Nikki Garcia stood a pussy-scented candles chance of beating her in the AEW ring. That's what she said at the presser. Fire. And that's the damn chance that your boy had of asking her a question. After that promo she cut, what in the hell are y'all doing asking her a question? She cut a Roman Reigns-esque promo in that press conference, and you gonna have the nerve, the unmitigated gall to ask her a question? What in the blue fuck were you smoking on before you came to that press conference? It wasn't a vape pen. Oh, no. I damn sure wouldn't hit what you put in that pipe and smoked. No, sir. You shouldn't have asked that question. You shouldn't have asked her nothing. You got to let her cook, and you let her walk off, and you let her have that moment. Because I said last week, I liken her akin to Roman Reigns to come where she came from to where she is now. And I wrote down this when Chef said something about Mercedes Moné. I get it. I wouldn't put her by the TBS championship, but there's not a snowball chance in the middle of hell I would put her near Toni Storm right now.
No way.
You're crazy. She has a character right now that you don't even. I almost started laughing at someone watching.
I know.
Not a character you can't even touch right now. And to Evan Mack's point, the only one that comes close to her in the game is Charlotte Flair, and that's simply because she's that damn good. It's not her character. This young lady has took her time. She's done her homework. She's done everything that she needs to do to separate herself from anybody in this industry. She's doing a character that Becky Lynch attempted to do a couple years ago but failed at. And she's knocking it out the park right now. Hit him with
I'll go a step further. DP, I'll go a step further. I'll go a step further. She's the best character in wrestling, bro.
I'm with
male or female. The tribal chief ain't no damn character. That's Roman.
No, that's wrong. That's weird. I agree with you.
When Roman rolls out of bed, when he rolls out of bed, he's a tribal chief, and I ain't lying. Yo, JMC, what say you, bro?
If you're in the chat or you're watching this on a replay, go back and watch the media scrum. It's one thing that AEW does exponentially better than WWE.
It's not fake.
And Toni Storm's promo, diatribe, tangent, whatever you want to call it,
whatever.
At 2 a.m. when the pay-per-view was over and the media scrum finally started, I'm texting Evan, who's on a different time zone. I'm like, you have to go back and watch this, because
I sure did. I fired it up. I was like, I almost passed out, bro. I couldn't believe it, bro. I swear to God.
Passed out watching it.
Lord, I couldn't believe it.
Toni Storm's one of the only characters in history of a wrestling program that I don't care if she ever wrestles again. If she just does vignettes, I'll watch them. Now, the fact that she does wrestle and can wrestle and wrestles as her character, it's incredible. I was hot on it at first, and then I thought it went off the rails a little bit, and I think she reined it in. It's brilliant if you know anything about like the history of Hollywood, but she's also like a little bit like batshit crazy delusional, like a lot of those stars were at the time.
Yes,
they had drug problems. I'm not saying that's what she's going for, but they're like half insane, half. It's just
they're neurotic. They're aloof. She literally she's done character study, bro. I can tell, man.
She has, and I think I need them to define her though. The crowd is very confused sometimes whether they're supposed to cheer for her now. They don't know because AEW thinks it's okay to be shades of gray, and it really isn't. If that's the way people are viewed, like Steve Austin acted like a heel, but he got cheered. So by definition, if you get cheered, you're a babyface now. So they're like, he's not either one. No, you have to define the characters so you know at least what is supposed to happen. Because if everybody is gray, then nobody's dynamic. Nobody's bad or good. Nobody's anything. So yeah, you can let the crowd decide, but you have to at least steer them in the direction. And she hasn't done anything. She doesn't necessarily need to do anything heroic because she's entertaining, but sometimes she cheats, sometimes she doesn't. I don't know who I'm supposed to cheer for with a lot of the women. And that is a part of the problem. When you see Cody Rhodes, he's presented as a hero. Some people are sick of it. Some people think they're like nauseated by it at this point, but he's clearly defined on what he is. And I think that's what she needs. And it has nothing to do with her because, Toni allows so much free reign, which sometimes is tremendous. And you find a diamond in the rough like Toni Storm, but sometimes it's very confusing. And I don't know that someone who's tuning in for the first time and seeing this would know how to take that. And maybe they don't care about attracting new viewers, but
they care.
They should. And
they care.
They are missing out on a gem. I mean, Toni Storm is one thing that I look forward to every single week in all of wrestling, and it's incredible.
Listen, Dylan Matthews says trips will entice her to come home eventually. See, the thing is, I don't want her nowhere near WWE if she's not timeless Toni Storm.
Right. I
don't want her anywhere near that company. I don't want her anywhere near Triple H. I don't want her anywhere near these wrestlers. That's the thing. WWE is not always the answer. I know it's a great answer, but if she is not timeless Toni Storm on her terms, getting the same creative direction that Roman Reigns and freedom that Roman Reigns gets, I don't want her anywhere near because y'all had her getting pies to the face. Except that means you didn't know what to do with her. You didn't. You don't get to have her have this character and then come back and make her Toni Storm again and then have her be a mid-carder. Toni Storm is the best wrestler in the world. She is. Rhea's the homie. I love her because I feel like I know her personally. I've talked to her enough. Charlotte to me is the greatest of all time. But I have to be honest, the greatest character in wrestling is timeless Toni Storm, and it ain't even close. There ain't no characters in wrestling anymore. There's not. There's no characters anymore. There's no people that you can latch onto and get lost in. Everyone's living the gimmick. That's lazy. That's lazy. I'm tired of people living the gimmick. Work on your freaking craft, man. Work on your craft as a character and then come talk to me. I am how I am, but turned up to 11. Man, fuck that, man. Be somebody different. I'm so tired of this lazy shit, man. That takes balls, man. That takes balls. That takes creativity to fall flat on your face. I can't recognize Toni Storm when she's in that character. She is nothing like that. She's nothing like that. She embodies something that she has to drum up. Watch her for a whole match. Watch her back on Mariah May's match. She is in character the entire match. She's not even involved in the match. Every fan that's watching her, she's fully committed. That is crazy, man. That's crazy stuff, and it's a beautiful thing to see. But I'll kick it to the chef.
She's cooking, and it's her kitchen. Like that whole division. But any show, I don't even know how many. She should be featured on both shows just because she can carry all of it. So it's at this point, they're gonna have to do their work to build someone up to even compete with her because of the fact that she's above everyone else. Because like you said, she could already wrestle, and yes, there's a bunch of women there who can wrestle, but can they cut a promo? Can they, like you said, bring character, bring something else to the table. And right now, there isn't anyone. So it's just going to be the Toni show until otherwise.
Chef, let me share something with you, with everybody. But Ohio's own Al Snow told me, he said, about there's no characters in wrestling anymore, or even personas that people can latch onto. He said there used to be a rule that you need to be in 3 seconds. You need to be able to explain to somebody why they should love or hate this guy and want to watch him. So he was like, give me a wrestler and see if you can do it. At this, probably 2015, I said EC3. He's like, he's an entitled rich douchebag that you want to see get your ass kicked. I said, exactly. So
that's why I like the guns, Jay. That's why I like the guns. I can explain them in 2 seconds, bro.
But like, think about, like, I don't even know how I would say people that we like Will. I mean, and again, this is one person's opinion, but like Will Ospreay, you'd say he's a dynamic aerial assassin who, I mean, that's not really a character. So I don't know. I don't know anybody else. Is there anybody else is there anyone else in the industry that you could apply that rule to? To your point, to Al Snow's point, to your point, it's hard to do. So it's tough for me because Will just makes me feel good. You know what I'm saying? His smile, man. His smile, his energy, his attitude. He's a guy you want to grab a beer with. I don't think that's a wrestling character, but that's why I like. That's why. But there's room for those tremendous athletes, the athletic presentation like a Will Ospreay who's awe-inspiring, and there's room for characters. There's just a very big shortage of them. And when wrestling was, in my opinion, the best that it ever was, there was both. And I think characters. MJF was like the only other thing.
I was going to say MJF's heel character before he was a pseudo babyface was the closest thing to the hateable character, but he made you feel something, right? Like, that's a character. That's a character. When I say there's no characters, I was like, oh, so. I go, yeah, please, thank God, name them. When I say there's no characters,
like who? Christian Cage was a piece of shit. Is a piece of shit.
And he's actually a nice guy. So yeah, that's him drumming up something. You know what I'm saying? Listen. I need to feel something. I'm not trying to always hear this was a good wrestling match. Yeah, everyone's like, we love Austin. He stunned the boss. I go, no, you love Austin because he's badass, man. You love Austin because you think he just beat the shit out of people. Like seriously,
because that motherfucking glass broke.
That's it. He come there and he swag down in the ring. Goldberg to me, the guy could just take your head off, man. These got Brock Lesnar legit. Like these, when I say like they make you feel something, you don't think on your best day you could beat up Brock Lesnar. You don't.
when you hear that guitar riff, there's a chill that goes up your spine because you know somebody's about.
And you didn't even do anything wrong. You still think you can get that ass whipped though? Like you think you didn't? You ain't even in the match. Like the thing about Dwayne is just so cool. He's so cool. He literally has an aura. But listen, this is more about Toni Storm than anything. I think you guys get what I'm saying. People in the chat get what I'm saying. My fellows on the panel get what I'm saying. This ain't a knock on anyone else. This is to let you know when I say I'm talking about the elite. I'm talking about the legends, the cream of the crop. When it comes down to it, when the history books are written, they only talk about a few people for a reason. AEW ain't never gonna have a character like this ever again. I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. What this girl's doing is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I don't see it happening. They would need to build a Mercedes up a year to even make me think she should take that title away. And they literally can't afford to do that. I need them to build her for a year. Go ahead, bro.
I was gonna say what she said to the wrestling world was essentially Anthony Edwards' message to Kevin Durant. Y'all ain't fucking with me at all.
Period.
Going backwards, running up the court. Nah, you don't want this smoke. If you come near me, I'm gonna burn you. And it ain't gonna be like a fire. It's gonna be like a molten lava. I'm setting that ass on fire. It's gonna be Mount St. Helens in this bitch. Today.
That's timeless Toni Storm. That's timeless Toni Storm. That's the best female wrestler in the world. I can't call her the best wrestler in the world until Roman Reigns doesn't have a pulse. So I gotta and damn it, he'll still be under the ground on Earth, so he'll still be the best wrestler on Earth. So it's one of those things where like this boy, I tell you, what boy. Oh, they already missing the tribal chief talking about we want Roman. I go, I told you.
You should have listened to us.
Yeah,
trying to warn that ass. They over there crying, looking at that photo in that chair. Nah, motherfucker, we told you what time it was.
You better get them Toomey Samoans out the ring and bring on the real tribal chief. You better get them Toomeys out of there. You better get them Wish.com Samoans up out of there.
Hey, man,
It was over there looking all sad like that Wolverine picture. That meme of Wolverine holding the picture.
Yeah, that's right. Bro, Jerome, you just missed me saying that. Best character in wrestling. Damn, male or female. Best character in wrestling. Damn it.
I'm scrubbing her IG right now looking for one post out of character, and there is not
find one. You won't. Nope. That's dedication to the craft. And Twitter don't even got one. How about it? That's living the gimmick, daddy. But listen,
know, daddy.
Listen. Okay, check it out though. Now the match that burned down the world. Brian Danielson. What is that? Ooh, look at this turn. Look at us turn into an AEW podcast, chef. You don't know you didn't know that's what I pulled you up for. You didn't know that, did you? You didn't know I tricked your ass. This whole podcast is gonna turn into an AEW podcast.
And this will be my last podcast.
Yo, listen. We gotta give them their flowers. WWE's dicking around right now. We gotta give them their flowers. They had a good show. Brian,
flowers eventually die.
Bro, how'd you know mine wasn't plastic? I'm cheap. We gotta give them their plastic bouquet. Me and my wife had a plastic bouquet at the wedding, and while these huzzies' flowers were dying, Heidi still got hers. Talk to them. Let me talk to you. Listen. Oh, by the way, shout out to this video going around. If y'all ain't see the video, LA Knight with this special needs kid meeting him at the airport. One of the greatest videos I've ever seen in my life. Please look this video up with the great LA Knight. Oh my Lord, that is the greatest thing of all time. He was like, this is not LA Knight? He goes, yeah. I said, that's what I'm talking about. He did it right on cue. Yeah. It's so good. It's so good.
Tear in my eye.
Oh, so good. I mean, so good. So, but listen, Brian Danielson, Will Ospreay, the aerial assassin. People, what they do, they get hyperbolic. They lose it. Yeah, you know what I mean? Talk to him, wife, a beautiful memento I could keep forever. Yeah, damn your real flowers. That wedding was 10 years ago. Kick rocks. Listen, everyone gets hyperbolic. They say it's the greatest match of all time. Now, this is not what I do. This is when I turn into the end of the scene in the original Jumanji. This is when I start raining all over stuff. And I seem like a hater, but that's not what I'm doing. I would agree if this match had a proper build, a proper story to it, I would have came on this podcast and said that might be the greatest match ever. It's just that simple. I have no problem saying that. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? They didn't have a proper build. They didn't build it. They just said a couple things on the microphone a couple times separately. Then they got into the ring and had a very, 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 very good match. Well, does it have rewatch value? Of course it does. I'll probably watch it after this show. But my point is, as good as the match was, as great as the match was, what breaks my heart, which makes it malpractice to me, is they didn't take time to build it. It's not my job to tell you what storyline it was supposed to be. I don't get paid for that. I just do a damn podcast once a week. But it's y'all's job. You got enough people getting overpaid there to come up with how can we build this for months to make people care. And they didn't do that. So the match fell short for me because it was just two great, all-time greats wrestling catch as catch can. And that's about it. JMC, what say you?
The match was great. It's again, Evan will often say, like, let things simmer for a little bit, or, you know, don't be a prisoner of the moment. Like, everybody says everything's the best ever way too quickly. Highly competitive contest, amazing match, great spectacle, not just high spots, good work.
Great work.
You can compare it to any match you've ever seen, but did that tell the story that The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels told at WrestleMania 25? So, just for an example. So for me, as far as like from an athleticism standpoint, yeah, it's probably one of the best I've ever seen, but it's too early to do what a lot of people do and just crown everything incredibly. I 100% agree with the build. And I actually was kind of hoping Bryan Danielson would pull this one off, and, Ospreay would come up with some sort of angle where he's saying, I underestimated you. I thought I had passed you by. Apparently I still have some work to do.
That can start the story right there, Jay, to a trilogy.
Yeah. I just don't get why they never do that. I know like some people would say, oh, well, Ospreay's hot and he's coming in. You don't want to bury him. Well, he's not. The ratings are stagnant. So you can have a little wiggle room. And I would venture to guess that if you did come with more story and more character, it would entice people to want to come back and watch every week. And it may be a lateral move at first, but in the long run, relying more on story and character, I think, is the way to go. We already know what they can do in the ring. They're incredible. AEW's roster is as good athletically as WWE or any other company in the entire world, if not maybe even better, some people would say. We already know that. That's never going to be the problem. So if you add a good story and compelling characters, it's going to be something really, really special. And I hate to harp on that, but I feel like that's just what they're missing. And now I think Will Ospreay's improved so much on the microphone in the past month. I think he could actually carry a story and be like a real world champion on a weekly basis. But for whatever reason, whoever's in charge does not seem to care about that. So that's why, to Evan's point, I don't agree with the best ever. But as far as in ring, unbelievable.
Great match. DPJR, we'll say you were there.
The atmosphere was phenomenal. That, I'm sure, helped add to the prestige of the match. That made it go to a different level. But to your point, the way people are comparing the match to Cody versus Roman, if you take away all the bells and whistles, sure, it was better, but that's not wrestling.
They better lay off that crack.
That's not what we watch wrestling for, at least not on this podcast. You have to talk about the bells and the whistles. You have to talk about the story. You have to talk about the roller coaster that particular 2-year story took you on. And it's a culmination of it all. Not to mention, it grabbed the nostalgia from you as a child with bringing that back, people from the Attitude Era. The only thing missing from that match to make it a 10 was Stone Cold Steve Austin. If that glass
9.78.
Right. If that glass would have broke, there ain't nothing to talk about. Another point is Will Ospreay's the dream match. He's the dream match. He's the one out there beating people over and over. And Bryan Danielson really never won a big match in AEW.
I know you're not making a joke. I was just laughing because everyone's like, "He's the greatest wrestler ever." I guess.
But he hasn't won a big match in AEW. It's a shame. for him, and I understand that he wants to come and just bleed a little bit and not have to deal with responsibility of being the top dog in the company. But I'm sorry, sir, somebody of your caliber should want that responsibility, should want to carry the baton, should want to have the title of AEW World Heavyweight Champion. I thought that's where the best wrestle. And if you're the world champion, that would mean you're the best of the best where they wrestle. Just a thought, and that's what I thought we wrestle for. Because if you're not wrestling for that, essentially just wrestling for a paycheck, because you're just having a match to have a match, and your ass ain't going out there for free. Just is what it is. So I don't completely agree with his ideology of, well, I just want to be here and I just want to wrestle. I just want to do things, because that's not why we're here. At least go for a championship. He hasn't even had anything but a trios championship. I think it's been a waste of time. I think he should have accolades, because somebody, the main event of WrestleMania, to go over to another company, not have the same stature that you had in the company that you left, I think that's a bit of a miss, if you ask me. It's definitely not a home run. It's barely a single. I would say at best it's a walk. Because just tell me the big match he won. Without that, it is what it is. And we can all talk about how great the match was. Sure, it was spectacular. I was there. I need to watch the playback because I still haven't watched it yet. I just was, from the angle that I was at, and I just was caught in the moment. I could just close my eyes and be there again. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if there's not a story attached to it, other than the fact that it's the greatest dream match of all time. That's a little bit
hyperbolic.
But you gotta build stories to go along with it, because after this, where do you go? Will Ospreay, what are you doing? We want to see you take the title off of somebody, but go ahead.
We get to, I don't know who started this. I don't know what fan started this thing about dream matches. We got to stop that. Like a dream match, for example, is like MJF, John Cena. That's a dream match. Like you guys know what dreams are, right? They're like big things that don't usually happen. You know what I mean? Like they're like I dream to be in the NBA. You can't say Will Ospreay and Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson is a dream match. It's because Will's not on that level yet. I love him, but he's not on that level yet. That's why people still talk about Sting Undertaker. You see what I'm saying? They talk about that because they're two legends that have never really wrestled. Like we can't always just say things are dream matches because it sounds cool. With that being said, great match. I don't believe Daniel Bryan's run and Bryan Danielson's run at AEW has been successful.
Are they building an angle off of this injury? Was that legitimate?
No, he's hurt. That boy's hurt.
So there's another thing then. So
Will was devastated. That dude, he was devastated.
But why retire to move? I just don't get it. I mean, you retire to move. I personally think it's work because it's a perfect time to write them off the TV. You're retiring.
I'll take. Look, you guys. I don't know because I don't know for sure. Will's a hell of an actor though. If it is, he's a hell of an actor. He looked legitimately concerned. When I watched the finish, he really didn't look back at him. He didn't. So
that's true.
So it looked like he didn't see it at all. Daniel Bryan was still such a pro that he sat up because he knew the finish. So I don't know. You could be right, bro. I hope it, dude. I hope it's a work because I don't want anybody getting hurt. Daniel Bryan, hell, shouldn't even be wrestling probably.
And he already injured Kenny Omega.
That's why I think it's. Well, I hope you're right, but Chef, final word, brother. I don't know if you've seen the match, brother. I know you had to see some of it. It was a classic. It's an all-time great, literally pure wrestling match. If you love that kind of stuff, that is porn.
No, I saw a few people on the internet put together a montage of all the spots, right? Because it was a spot fest. So that virtually told the story of the match. I guess my only comment about it is, what is Daniel Bryan's purpose? Because I agree with all of you. Like he's like having bucket list matches, because I won't call them a dream match. So
for himself,
right? So like, but is he doing it on purpose that he doesn't want to win any of them to just continue to put people over? Like, is it a long? Is he playing a long game? Is he doing something to get a pop at the end for a walk-off. Like every time I think he's done, he comes back. So when is he, I guess, when is his final match? Is he going to win his final match or is he going to lose his final match? That's my only question at this point, because he really is losing to put everyone over.
He hasn't only losing because the first match. My bad.
These are great points. Hold on to
Go ahead.
No, I just try to get Jerome. Jerome had a good point. I just wanted to kick it to y'all. Jerome said the story is who is the best. That's all you need sometimes. I don't need 2-year builds for every match. The match was the story and will build to a rematch. Are you sure about that, Jerome?
But they didn't even say I'm the best or I'm here. They didn't make their intentions clear though. Like we know that because the announcer said it.
That's where the injury
I hear what you're saying.
comes in. That's
yeah,
where
the injury.
But Jerome, I hear what you're saying, Jerome. But here's my thing. Who said Will's the best? Who? This is the stuff that I'm talking about. Like he said he's the best. People tell you you're the best. That's what people tell you. Like the match can't be the best of the best unless it's really understood. For example, when Roman and The Rock finally face Before I Die, hopefully. That's it. That's the battle of the tribal chief. Like what I'm trying to say is you can't just how the hell is Will the best? He ain't the champ. Off break. What the hell are we talking about? Hold on. And then you got Pac on the same show saying he's the best wrestler in the world. You see what I'm trying to say? You have to really, really, really establish that Will is equal to Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson before that logic comes into play. And especially Pac can't say that. He ain't allowed to say that.
I got the answer. I got the answer.
Give it to me.
You
Hit me with it, Zoe.
You pay homage to one of the classic movies and you just have a tournament and you call Best of the Best.
One of the best movies of all time.
That is.
You don't think? Oh, you said when did Pac say that? I'll find you the montage. They played that montage at Dynasty. But here's played them when they were doing the Kazuchika Okada package. Jerome, he said it. He said he's the best wrestler, and he said it, bro. I'm telling you, I heard him word for word, and he said that because he believes it. He said it because I promise you. Look up that package, bro. He said it. Run back the pre-match thing. He said it. Just you'll find it, and let me know when you find it.
But Evan, you just made a really good point. I don't even know if you were attempting to do this, but not to combat what Jerome said, but listen to how much more engaging that would be and how many more people might spike down $50 to pay for it if you get Bryan Danielson on a microphone saying, like, who came up with this idea, Will, that you're the best? First of all, you just got here. Did you main event that big show on the other company?
Thank you.
We know you're big in Japan. What have you done here?
Thank you.
And then Will can fire back with whatever. There's so many there. If that's the story, that's great, but you still need to articulate it. So we're talking about like a movie trailer where it's just a blank screen and a title on the screen that says the battle of the best. But wouldn't you rather see a movie trailer with two guys that are showing why they're the best? And then they're like, something has to give. The irresistible force against the immovable object. Like that's what I'm talking about. And that's what AEW does not do for whatever reason. The great Will
Ospreay, he has to understand that not everyone knows who he is still.
Most people don't.
It can't be best of the best, Will. This could be people's first time seeing you ever. I know you're not trying to hear that, young man, but it's true. It's true. This is not being rude. It's
you
true.
Love him. You're a fan of his.
I got his damn shirt on by nobody's shit. Like man. You have to assume nobody knows who you are. Not yet, bro. Not yet. Damn, man. And Daniel Bryan, you have to drive that home, bro, with your promos. Come on.
AEW only gets 800,000.
Oh, come on, Jerome.
Oh, Jerome. You had a pocket tonight. You had a pocket tonight, Jerome.
Man.
So nice they named him twice.
Oh, Lord. No, but not to pile on. But damn it, I'm going to. If you take JMC's idea and you say, excuse me, Will, how are you the best? What world championship have you won? Such and such. He can go back. Well, I beat Kenny Omega. I beat Okada. And those are two people he couldn't beat. And then you got Heat Daddy. Ooh. That's what you do. Ooh. And it would have made that match so much better. We just already built the match better than what they did. because it was oh
In
my
real
God,
time.
you're so good. You're so good. Oh man, I want to wrestle you. I've always wanted to wrestle you. Oh man,
So weird.
You want to
So
go out
weird.
and do an entrance together? I'm sorry I hurt you.
Freaking circle jerk. No.
Come on.
Stop jacking off with each other and build this shit. You're really great. You're really great. Hey.
That's why people love to see Drew McIntyre cut a promo on CM Punk because hate daddy.
Yo, Miss Awesome cooking.
Dang.
Miss Awesome cooking Jerome. Okay, well, wrestling matches are scripted. Anyways,
all
so
back
what
daddy.
what you watching these matches for no story? I go, You think I would watch Batman versus the Joker without no build? I'd be like, why is this dude fighting the clown in the streets? What the hell's going on? What you doing, Dark Knight?
Why does he keep letting him get away?
Yeah, why keep letting him get away? I'd be pissed. But then I was like, oh, I know Batman's story. I know Joker's story. What do you mean? Come on, Jerome. But listen, as I move on, listen, let me talk about Becky Lynch. For some reason, things went a little differently than I thought they would go. Like when Becky Lynch won the title that she shouldn't have won last night. When she's your new champion, God knows she shouldn't be new champion. But when she lost, first of all, she lost to Rhea Ripley. I don't even how the hell you even in this match, but that's okay. Hold on, you back of the bus. You got Rosa Parks syndrome as far as I know. But listen, shout out to. Listen, and I ain't doing listen for Max Caster no more. I'm saying listen like what I'm doing. I'm taking listen from you. You ain't allowed to say that no more, Maxwell. So listen. So when she won the championship, I almost didn't even think she won the championship because I was so annoyed that it was a battle royal for a championship. By the way, I was kind of annoyed by that. That was kind of, I don't know, that's weird to me. Shout out to the Samoa Watchman back coming alive from her daughter's track and field. Take care of them kids, brother. And so when she won, I was like, okay, Becky Lynch won. She ran into the crowd like John Cena. She gave herself a fanfare, yada, yada, yada. But what I did not anticipate, my fine fellows, what I did not anticipate is the entire nation, the entire wrestling world turning on Becky Lynch. I did not see that coming. There is a huge majority circulating around in these streets that are not happy. And the thing is, they're happy for a different reason. They're not happy, like they're not mad because it's not Liv. They're mad because it just wasn't somebody else. And that kind of took me off guard because these fellas on the podcast kind of always allude to Becky possibly kind of being a tad bit a skosh, a little bit overrated. Dare we say? And everybody always thinks we're crazy or we're tripping or how dare we? But when she knocked old Cutie Pie Liv off of that apron, the internet was like, her again. And I was like, oh, I thought y'all liked Becky.
It sounded like the internet sounded like JMC talking to Karrion Kross.
Oh, don't trigger that, man.
Oh, my God. I swear to God.
No. Stay on topic. Don't you do that. Stay on topic. I'm going to go first.
JMC has been activated.
No. Yeah, we're not even activating it. No. No.
Stay on Becky Lynch. I swear to God, don't get him started.
So I guess I made a comment in.
Let me go get something to drink real quick.
I made a comment for the simple fact that they were doing a battle royal. Like, why? Like, we can't. That's the best y'all could come up with. Like, y'all had 2 weeks to come up with this. Like, just off the top of my head, you can just do gauntlet style. And if she so happens to make it through 4 or 5 little 2 or 3 minute matches, and you can still have this go the last half an hour of Raw or whatever it was, cool. But to do, like we've talked about how sometimes they get lazy. This was lazy. This had no thought. This had no, like, there was no way they put this on a storyboard and on a whiteboard. Like, this was like in crayon on and I think to close out, they gave her the belt probably because they were like, well, who else can we give it to right now when we're okay? And she probably spoke up, or they were rewarding her because she probably already signed. Low key, she could have got the bag, and the fact that Rhea got hurt, someone in the room probably said, well, we just paid her. Let's reward her and keep her happy after getting the bag and just giving her the title for now until they figure out a new angle.
So check this out. So Jerome said who should have won, though. That's a good question. Samoa Watchman said it's time for that Nia Jax win.
Nia Jax, period.
Lucci said, I'd rather a tournament and the winner get crowned at Backlash. That is a better idea.
But what are we even talking about? 5 minutes before this happened, they said the Queen of the Ring is coming back.
Yeah, why didn't they just do it then?
At Backlash.
Then you have months of, I think it's in June, but then you have, or July, it's in the summer, but then you have like months of qualifying matches, stories to weave in and out of the Queen of the Ring tournament. And then you actually build up to it. So whoever is that champion
right
feels like there's some sort of stakes involved. Like I was like, oh, the Queen of the Ring's back because that's how they're going to do it. And then they didn't even mention it. I was like, what the hell is happening?
To Lucci's point, but Jerome's point, he said I think we're all in agreement, Nia Jax for sure.
Yes, Nia Jax should have won at Perth and shocked the world. And then you can have Rhea, if you really want Rhea to win, she can win it back at Mania, or she can turn babyface over the next course of a year and actually like substantiate her run. But Nia Jax should have been the champion a while ago.
Nia draws real heat, for better or for worse. She draws real heat. She's actually finally tightened up some of the things that she was doing. She was hurting girls. The only thing I needed her to do was tighten that up. You can't hurt people. You have to wrestle safe. You can wrestle aggressive, but you have to wrestle safe. And she's tightened that up. She's hateable. She's pretty solid on the microphone. She's a viable heel for a babyface to chase.
She's believable that she would kick your ass.
And she's believable that she would kick your ass. And Samoa Watchman said, my real tribal queen. Jax to break that nose again after becoming Queen of the Ring. Jesse, now Nia Jax, I'd love that. Yeah, see, it's like, I think real fans, they get it. When you can't get wrapped up on your emotions sometimes and just say, who should have won? And I think a lot of us on the show, a lot of us on the chat are saying Nia Jax should have won. She didn't.
She beat Becky a while ago, didn't she? They just went nowhere.
Luchi said Jack's not that good on the mic to me, but it was her time. I go, but compared to who though, Luch? Compared to who is she not better than? Think about it. Go through the mic people, the women on the mic. Seriously, where would you put Nia? She's not lower than a lot of people. Becky, Charlotte believes everything she says, so she's up there. Rhea's getting better. Nia's not that bad. The best promo she's ever cut in her life was that promo against Becky Lynch, when she said, the only reason why you're famous is because I broke your nose.
She's getting better. She's gotten better.
I'm just saying she's gotten better. She's gotten better. I think she'd have been a viable option. Like I said, natural heels that can wrestle. She's a presence. The screen makes her look bigger than what she is. She's actually very put together. Me and wifey were standing next to her. I was like, oh, damn, Nia fine as hell. She was like, thank you. I go, oh, shit, okay. You know what I mean? Heidi I looked at Heidi. I was like, damn, Nia. Heidi was like, right? That was wild. That was the camera be lying.
Yeah, if you're not like shredded, you look a lot thicker on camera than you are.
Nia is a woman. That's all. I'll leave it at that, y'all. Straight up. I ain't saying this on the pause. I said it right to the hussy's face. So it's crazy in these streets, man. Viable champion, part of the Samoan lineage, daddy. Y'all got a hard on for Samoans anyway. WWE, put her at the top. Female, look Heidi boy, she pulled up out of nowhere just to say that right there. Nia is fine as it.
Doesn't Heidi have to leave in like 2 minutes to drive somewhere?
Where's she? She's like, wait, hold on, Nia fine. But listen, how come she can't create? Why can't she create her own bloodline? Why not? Her and the Tonga twins, and you know what I mean, and a partridge in the pear tree. Yo, Jesse, listen, everybody pulling up like, yo, Nia, hi. But Nia would have been a viable option. Liv wouldn't have bothered me.
No,
Liv
Becky
would-
doesn't need it at all right now.
Becky never has to win another title.
Right.
And that's never a bad thing. When you get to that upper echelon, Undertaker didn't win the title that many times. The Rock didn't win the title that many times. Like when you get to the upper echelon, like when you transcend the title, everybody knows there's these wrestlers that transcend the title. Cena never has to win another. Orton don't have to ever win another one. Like when they can, I say they can, but they don't have to. But when you get to that level, Becky is on that level. You keep telling me you the GOAT. What the hell the GOAT need a title for again? This would have been Charlotte. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. Charlotte been like, nah, give it to so and so. Charlotte be like, give it to so and so. That's her thing, man. That's her thing. Oh, that's right. You gotta take. I forgot. You gotta take my dad. He's going to his my father's going to his 50th high school reunion in Mobile, Alabama.
Damn.
That's freaking him. I know, that's amazing, man. So wifey's taking him there. Miss Awesome, they should have left Becky to take her time off and be with her daughter and her husband. Hold on, Miss Awesome. Why you all up in their family circle? Yo, Miss Awesome, why you up in Becky Lynch's family circle? Damn, you nosy?
Becky's got a book to promote. She wants to hold that title, I'm telling you.
Ooh, wow. Listen, Lucci says, hold on, real quick. Hold on. Liv winning would have bothered me because the fans are not really behind her. Ooh, bars. They just want her to win, so they turn their backs on her again. Oh, Lucci, do I 1,000,000% agree with that? 1,000,000%. What were you saying, DP?
All I know is Dominic Mysterio talking to Liv Morgan was weekly proof that the WWE listens to this damn podcast.
Bro, they be somebody's. I swear to. I only half joke. Someone listen to this damn. I swear to God, make yourself known. I know, boy.
Someone is watching this stream right now.
Yo, I swear to God. Sometimes I'm like,
that was on Night of the Opera.
Like I be joking like ha ha he he, and then the next week they do it though.
It's okay. We watch just like y'all motherfuckers watch. We watch. Yeah, I know what the fuck I said. You know exactly what I said. Y'all motherfuckers ain't slick. Okay.
Yo, listen. I only get like regional breakdowns. They don't tell me like cities. Let me find us. If I see Stanford one time, I swear to God, you'll never be able to move me off. I'll never be able to move me.
Nah, Lucy, we ain't talking about fake Kurt Angle.
Oh, hold up now. You ain't gonna come up in here and slander. I know you ain't called my man fake. You talking about fake Kurt?
Hey, they trying to make his ass look like Kurt Angle. Yes,
he cut a hell of a promo. He did. Listen, Chad Gable cut the promo I wanted him to cut. He's in the angle that I wanted him to be the angle of. That should have been me at WrestleMania. That should have been me. And I love that. That should have been me. Goonie Goon. Yeah, you know what I mean? Goonie, talk to him, and they spying on these haters, yo. I swear to God, it's the funniest joke. I swear it's funny, but I'm like, man. Jay said something one time it happened. Chef said something one time it happened. I said something one time it happened. But the next week, no. I feel like Fox Mulder and X-Files, man. But listen, the truth is out there. Shout out to Gable, but I wanted to before I wrap things up, Gunther, man, staking his claim in the King of the Ring, starting to promote the King of the Ring, which leads me to believe that he is a little further away from a title match than I thought. I'm worried they're gonna give him the Royal Rumble at the third chance, and I don't like that. I don't like him getting the Royal Rumble now because I'm tired of seeing him in the final two. Money in the Bank, I'm much happier with, but I like that he staked this claim. I can assure you he will not be losing. That's the one thing they do. They telegraph a little too early for me. Gunther staking his claim in the King of the Ring, he's not losing.
Did you hear the new stipulation, though? They're doing it like the Rumble where they're King of the Ring or Queen of the Ring can choose which title they want to pursue.
Which is why Drew was saying he wants to be in the King of the Ring too.
Yeah, and it's all this is all for Priest because they're gonna stay away from Cody.
Yeah,
they're gonna because The Rock has commanded them to.
Because AJ Styles such a big star.
Yeah, hold on, Jay. Heidi, cook dinner, boneless barbecue ribs, mashed potatoes in the fridge. If you want to eat the other half,
obviously,
get it, Jay. But so it's but listen.
Thank you.
Drew's in the. I'm weird about Drew McIntyre now because every time Drew McIntyre gets close to something, they bring Mr. Glass around to bother him. And
Old Voldemort.
old paper mache. They bring the precious moments doll around him.
Bring the fucking Swarovski crystal.
whatever else is, you name anything else that's fragile, the Fabergé egg over here. So now I'm worried about anything that Drew McIntyre does because now they're trying to keep him away from the title with old filibuster, with old Philly. So I'm gonna give it to Gunther. Gunther's gonna ring the King of the Ring. I think he's gonna challenge Dave. Wait a minute, no, he ain't, because he ain't doing heel versus heel. What am I talking about?
No, Damien will be a face by then.
Damien's gonna be a babyface.
That's right. My bad, guys. You guys laid that out for me. My bad.
I already called that. Right.
You did. My bad. You're right. He babyfacing.
They're listening.
Because Fergalicious.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't give him one main event in Puerto Rico, they're foolish.
I need him versus Bad Bunny for the title, and they can build it. I'm telling you, I've been calling for it for a damn year.
One of the best crowds of all time.
Lil Fettuccine came through. Becky shouldn't have won. Damn, smoke bombed up in there. Bombed in there. Lucci, CM Punk feuding with Drew is good because you really believe they don't like each other. Oh, because Drew really doesn't like him. Bro.
Ain't no believe to it.
Not everything's a work, bro. I'm just letting people know the best thing about wrestling sometimes is that real heat. He does not like CM Punk. He don't.
Evan, you have a relationship with Drew, but if you guys notice something very subtle in the Sheamus and Drew segment, Drew said something like veiled that was like, you know how I feel about that guy. He's like, you know what he did earlier in my career. There's like deeper layers to this, and that's on purpose.
It's something there that he will not divulge, but I just trust Uncle Mack on this one. He don't like that dude. He'll work with him because he's a pro. Oh yeah, well, I'm almost done with the show, but couple releases. This is popping in my head right now. The gender one bothers me a great deal. I think gender is better than 90% of WWE's roster. I'm not even being funny. He's just that good to me.
So Jinder appeared on the most overrated man in the history of the universe, Chris Van Vliet's podcast, and he said,
"Oh shit."
So he recorded this podcast during WrestleMania weekend. Chris even says it, and then so Jinder isn't released yet. But one thing where he gave him, like, you got to give Jinder credit for this, because Chris was like, that promo you did was great. And then he said, literally, and Jinder goes, Brian Gewirtz wrote every word of that. I mean, but Jinder delivered it. Yeah, but Jinder delivered it and delivered it really, really well. And that was one of his best promos. But what I found a lot of things about that interesting. So I had to interject here. First of all, Jinder's a straight up honest dude. He didn't take credit at all, even though he delivered it. And second of all, that just proves to you, because The Rock was in that segment, that The Rock has his thumb on everything.
Told you.
Listen to me. And Chef called that weeks and weeks and weeks ago. Yeah. Listen to me, Tony, Mr. Khan. But by the way, I've been seeking Tony Khan for a while. I'm close to getting this dude too. Tony gonna pull up. I'm gonna get him on this damn podcast. Guys, my witness. Tony, Bollywood Boys, Jinder Mahal, faction it now. Trios title now.
Please, honestly.
Oh, I'd pop.
Sunday night, daddy. We broke the ice for Tony to pull up, daddy. Come on, Tony.
You watch, brother. I'm telling you. I think I'm playing. It's just all about when I can hope I can get all of us on at the same time, because I got to work with his schedule.
Yeah, you know, send me a message at 5 o'clock in the morning.
I'm gonna try, man, because we all got different schedules, man. And the only time I do interviews without y'all is because it's the schedules, y'all, because y'all work real live jobs. Because you guys, I don't know, pay bills. But but my boys got to pay the bills in these streets. Yeah, Cameron Grimes getting released. That bothered me. I thought he was a promising young talent. I love this gimmick. I don't know why they stripped this gimmick away. I thought it was, like I said, something like a character that I was excited to see. So like I said, these are just things. This is me just spitballing here, because it's just, it's never good when anybody loses their job. The beautiful part about a true professional like a Jinder, like a Cameron Grimes, the other people that got let go, Xia Li, They're true professionals at what they do, and they should find the promotion. That's why I say the more wrestling promotions, the better, no matter how big, no matter how small. Xia Li, because everyone thinks I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. That company, even with the new regime, does not know what to do with racists. They just don't. They just don't. They don't. Xia Li. How long was Xia Li off TV? They ain't know what to do. They don't know what to do. She's really good. She is, but they're just like, we'll release her. That's what they don't know what to do. If they can't, they immediately, Kyrie, Kabuki Warriors, craziest name ever. Throw them together. That's what we did. That's what they do. Bobby Lashley, 2 other black guys, BFAB, throw them together. That's what they do, because they don't know what to do. That's not my job. I'm just letting y'all know they don't. I'll guarantee you, if they pulled up with China any now and again, she'll get a phone call. If a China tour happens, Xia Li's phone will be ringing like the old bat phone back in the 60s. That one, the red one. You know what I mean? They gonna like that shit. Commissioner Gordon gonna call her. Listen, please come back. We're making a run. Can you speak Mandarin? She's like, yeah. I'm trying to tell you. So best.
We let you go too early.
Best of luck in their future endeavors. I'm always pulling for people that are just good professionals, side professional. Jender's one of my favorite people of all time. He made my brother's freaking life when he met him, and it was the greatest thing of all time. My brother still talks about it. So he has literally Jinder Mahal's like signed shirt like on his wall. You know what I mean? He like don't even wear the shirt no more. He refuses to wear that shirt. So I'm always gonna have a soft spot for Jinder, and so it's just unfortunate to see, but that's what they do. They trim the fat whenever they make a whole bunch of money. Lucci, WWE checks those boxes. Boy, let me talk to ya. Hey, check
every last box.
They be checking them boxes, boy. I'm gonna pull up and tell them I'm Samoan in a week, so I can pull up on the bloodline. You know what I'm saying?
We got Jade Cargill, we got Bianca Belair, we got Naomi. Put them together. How about that? It's amazing.
Let them all dress like Beyonce. Put them together.
Black people can get happy because they see black people together. That's how
it's true. And don't ever and old VKM used to always get blamed. I go, no, that is wrestling. That's what they do. They see a brown skin posse, they like, put them together.
Everybody got an accent. Put them together. Call them the Brawling Brutes.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? They don't know. They don't know.
Hey, don't let me pull up. They gonna put all the light skins together.
Yeah.
You looking like you and Ricochet. Okay, all right. This okay. You guys kind of, we can put some Mexicans. Y'all can all roll together. Same color.
Samoa Watchman. I never said the word racist, brother. Racism has a very specific meaning. I just say it's profiling. It's profiling.
Yeah.
Everyone goes to racism. I think people forget that what that word actually really means. Racism literally means you think you're a race is superior to another race. So that's not what it is. They just literally profile and go, go Heidi with the new hashtag. Heidi with the new Put them together.
That's going in the when we post this hashtag. Put them together.
That's gonna be the name of the show. Hashtag Put them together.
Oh my God, I hate everything. Listen, let me go around the horn real quick. I'm gonna keep this one tight today. Chef, say something nice about AEW. Go.
I love Will Ospreay.
There it is. That boy's cold. Damn, that boy's cold.
Ice cold.
He just brings joy to my face. He just makes me smile.
You notice quickly he lost. Didn't he have like 2 other dudes with him?
Oh yeah, Kyle Fletcher and it's interesting.
He quickly lost his little faction, didn't he?
And it's interesting. They try to act like he has it still, but they've been distancing him. Come on, Miss Awesome. Where you been my whole life? This is what I try to tell people. That's how middle America is. Exactly. We have to stop America. We have to stop getting wrapped up in what's one of the greatest songs of all time. We have to really start stop understanding what I mean when I say this. I don't mean regular, normal people that have been outside the house and walked and have opposite race friends. I'm talking about the general middle America. That's it. I'm just keeping it real. They think about it. Before Jinder Mahal even tried to be babyface, they don't like him because he's like, I'm a proud Indian. They're like, boo. he ain't even doing nothing.
USA.
Yeah.
USA.
How dare you be proud of where you came from?
Oh, Lucci, I'm leaving on this one. This is probably the greatest thing I've ever read in my life. He said Shinsuke about to be in damage control soon. I'm like, yo, shut the hell.
Put them together.
Put them together. Listen, oh yeah, you're right. Mark Davis. Yeah, he said he's injured. Yeah. Aussie Open.
Who?
Aussie Open.
I thought that was the owner of the Raiders.
I thought that was his tournament.
I know
y'all this is nasty work.
You said say something good. I did first.
Listen,
you ain't got
JFC. Final words. Chat's getting hot, and I'm about to close it out. Go.
Do you want anything specific, like Chef saying something nice to AEW, or do you?
I literally put it in God's hands and let you just go. I trust the panel, man. Just like I trust the DP to be the press conference. I had 0 words.
Well, then if I have the open floor, then I definitely want to say once again credit to DP for the poignant questions that he asked at the press conference. If you have not watched the AEW media scrum, go back and watch it. It's the one thing they do better than WWE. David Perry asked some very riveting questions. He gets some nice screen time. He speaks eloquently and he projects. It was very well. And the one thing that you forgot to mention though was Karrion Kross fucking sucks.
Look at that build. You see Jerome? That's how you build a story, Daddy.
That's how you feel it, Daddy. Shit.
Hashtag the payoff.
Yeah, Big Game, that's a hell of a payoff. He took us on a journey, Jerome. Heidi Mack says, no names of companies, but I bartended at a Latin event with 3 other ethnicities last week. Me and my coworker discussed, did they? Put them together. That's what they do. That's what they do, Daddy.
And then they're like, and I have an idea. In 6 months, then they turn on each other.
They'll make
Because that's what they do in the streets anyway. They turn these black guys. Look, you know what? Nick can't get him the hell up out of here. You right. You know what? Get him out of here. Change the regime. I'm sick of his shit. DP, final words, brother. Oh, by the way, Trick Williams, new champion. Real quick, what say you? Trick Williams, a new champ. What say you?
You knew what time it was. He wasn't ready for the main roster. He needs to develop as a champion. They need to get Dragunov up to the main roster. He could
Dragunov on Imperium. Right.
He could.
Now.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Stat.
Okay. Thank you for finishing my sentence, my boy. I appreciate it.
And I mean stat, because that boy is bad. But continue. Put them together.
Put them together.
Daddy, good shit, pal.
they both from Europe. Put them together.
You know, we didn't get the opportunity. I didn't get the opportunity to take y'all to the opera, but I will like to say a little mini thank you to Seth.
We gave you the first 15 minutes.
We gave the first. Yeah, see, listen. See, this is nasty work. I can't do that and the opera.
I'm not letting you get that
it's
off.
30 seconds. It's 30 seconds. It's 30 seconds. I just want to say he wasn't even talked about tonight, and I would like to say thank you to Seth freaking Rollins. He donated his meniscus. I said that I wanted to say thank you to that man. I appreciate you. Top 20 all time.
Go continue. No, you're going to get Seth some flowers cooked. Go ahead, for real.
I want to give him some flowers, man, and to die on the Shield for WrestleMania. He died on the Shield. He was a part of 3 matches, the 3 most important matches, 2 main events, and he kicked off Sunday night. Just want to say thank you. That's all. D_DPJR. Follow your boy. Check out AEW Media Scrum. We represented Evan Mack's World of Wrestling. Fucking great.
That meniscus had a family. Yeah, it really did. Shout out Listen, you know we can. This the flower show. Always put over anybody and give them some flowers.
Give it to him. Chef say I don't never give him no flowers on this
Listen,
show.
it's
Because you don't.
show don't.
I
Show
did.
don't. My uncle gave me some advice to my cousin before he went. My uncle, my uncle gave the same advice to my cousin before he went to prison. What advice? What advice?
I gotta hear this advice. Let me hear it.
What advice? Miss Awesome, can we get JMC and Karrion Kross in a match? Yeah, we've been trying to build that for a month. At least a month. We've been trying to build that. Listen, and then when Jake is putting that cross jacket, I'm gonna try to help him out because he's gonna be tapping. I'd be so pissed if Jake got beat by Karrion. I'd be pissed, yo. I'd be so mad. Oh yeah, look at see everybody rocking with the boy. JMC would get him. I'm like, yeah, JMC. You was talking about somebody that's put together. JMC's put together. He be in the gym throwing up he be clanging and banging.
It wouldn't have took him half that damn time to break that baseball bat, daddy.
Yo, Chef, what say you? What you got to say? Yo, thanks for pulling up sick too, brother. He came in hurt, y'all.
You know,
Jordan flu game, Kobe flu game, whatever. Who else? Whatever. You know what I mean?
One
LeBron eye game. You know what I'm saying?
Can't smell, can't see. Might have COVID. I don't know.
Oh shit.
But I'm here for y'all because we give the people what they want. You know, we
Hey
out
man,
here.
disinfect that mic when you done.
I'm saying I'm gonna have to yeet all of it.
What do you know? Someone that knows how to yeet in the right context. Good
That
Lord.
man got yeet vid, something like that.
But yeah, we appreciate everybody. You know, everybody getting on the chat, everybody listening, subscribing. You know, hit the like button. Evan Max World. We out here. At Chef Justin, out here making delicious meals, out here cooking that Italian food, out here repping for Cleveland. Shout out to my Cleveland Guardians, first place. What's happening? Shout out to the Cleveland Cavaliers, 2-0 on the Mickey Mouse Magic.
Beating the breaks off them too.
That man
Listen,
can make a dessert too. Check him out. Look at his Instagram.
I don't know nothing about this
lit.
dude's work until I get a sample. I don't care about these damn glamour shots. I don't care about these damn pictures Chef taking. I need a sample. I will drive my black ass to Cleveland and I will get a taste.
Put them together.
Listen. Hold up, for real. Yo, y'all on this pod, man, for real. Y'all just go to the pod thing, hit the 5 stars on there, man. Take 5 seconds out of y'all's lovely day and just hit the 5 stars. We can keep rocking and rolling on this podcast. It's on anywhere you get your podcast. So please do that, Evan Max World. Listen, This is the funnest. This is definitely my favorite part of the week, man. It's so funny. I don't even know how I'm going to put them together in the title with no context, but I don't care. It's probably my favorite part of the show so far. It's the best part of the show.
Man,
what do you do when we got a certain group of people we don't know what to do? We put them all together. That's what we do. But Evan T. Mack, Instagram, man, Twitter. Yo, the chat, as per usual, y'all are hilarious, man. I can't stand how funny y'all are sometimes. Acknowledge my tribal chief, the Samoan Watchman. Everybody in the chat, as usual. JMC in the building. DPJR, Chef Justin, my crew.
Yeet.
Couldn't do it without you. DPJR holding it down for me at the scrum. Never been at an AEW scrum, so I really do appreciate you, my brother. Truly, man.
First of many to come.
Yeah, listen, man. Shout out to John Schneider for hooking it up. I got to send him a nice look. Did you see John? Did you see John? I'm gonna roll this out. But was John there?
Yeah, no, he was wasn't around when I was there. They said he was there, but he was backstage. So
did you dap up anybody and be like, "Yo, appreciate it," anything like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, smooth white dude with slick brown hair. Cool.
Just dap him up. That's.
I did.
My guy. Ray's right. Thank you very much, sir. Look at Lucci. If you Spanish, you in the LWO. But Lucci, you gotta type the hashtag. You gotta put the hashtag up before we leave because I don't even know what you're talking about if you don't put the hashtag up real quick, Lucci.
If you Puerto Rican, you with LWO. If you Mexican, you with Legato. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you.
Look, Lucci, put them together. You know what I mean? That's that shit.
Hey man, we gotta get this shit trending, daddy.
Print the shirt, daddy.
That's what they do. Yo, we gotta get the first one. I got the first one. I already drew up the first one. I got all of our names on the back and shit. This show's already over. I'm just spitballing for the live. But I already put all our names. I gotta print them, of course, but I got the shirts. But that's the. I swear to God, that shirt, that's hilarious. I don't even. That's so funny to me, man.
Which one of you guys said something about Mickey Mouse? Was it because of the Orlando Magic? My headphones cut out for a second. Is that what?
Yeah, that was
Yeah. Cleveland giving that work.
This has nothing to do with anything, but I don't know how. Like, I was talking to somebody about how powerful Disney is in Disney World, and just real quick, because I was just in Orlando, we have one of our golf courses. I was flying our camera drone, and it's 15 miles from Disney World. Tell me why my drone on the screen said you are now entering a no-fly zone, and it said Walt Disney World, and all of a sudden my drone froze, and there is a fucking force field around Disney World, and the drone does not move. It sits there like this.
Wakanda?
It's a real thing.
They got it.
I got the footage to prove it. My drone is just spazzing out.
Yo, it hit that Wakanda wall.
Their own drone didn't shoot your shit down.
Literally, I got my drone out of there so fast.
So essentially, was
mouse,
the drone's daddy like Mike Malone's Darvin Ham's daddy, because it's what it seemed like in that series. Good God,
Darvin Ham does not know situational
Come
basketball.
on, bro. Like, dog, you blow every single lead. Thursday, guess what? The Lakers going to be up.
Do you remember Darvin Ham's playing career? He didn't know basketball.
All that dude knew how to do was dunk. This
is what people don't understand. Like, all jokes aside, the 20-point lead thing is whatever, because they still were in the game. Darvin Ham does not know situational basketball.
No.
Mike, you know Mike Malone has situational basketball. You know why Jokic had energy at the end of the game? Because he put Gordon on AD and took pressure off of Jokic having to guard AD, and he had juice at the end. That's called situational basketball. It's called situational basketball.
That because Pelinka should have got a big man in the same ilk as Dwight Howard that could have took the pressure off AD.
You build your team to beat the champs. That's what they're doing LeBron for all these years. You got to get a big man to go. Listen, and stop doubling Jokic at the damn top of the key. Stop, please, stop doing that.
Man, it's just I put Rui out there, and if you get torched, you get torched.
Samoa Watchman at the end coming. I'm glad I ain't cut off the damn stream. Samoa Watchman, the best wrestler show right now. How you have? What if I'd have cut the stream off, Samoa? What the hell wrong with Joe? You make me sick, Tribal Chief. But
Evan probably got a couple more down the road, brother. It's about to be Evan Mack's World of Podcasts in this bitch. Stay tuned.
Bro, I'm trying to just create I ain't got a podcast. My wife trying to start one with that. Trying to do a couple other things. But this is just for the live, because we're done. The show's done. I'm just live because the people are still hanging and we talking. So
that's what Lucci said. Lucci.
I don't know, man. Lucci, I don't know. But if Jay's with me on that, maybe if y'all are all in. Like, for real?
I'm good.
I can't do sports unless it's people I'm like, I'm serious.
We can't do that shit, Patrick Mahomes again. I'm shutting that shit down.
Don't be mad because I told your ass what was going to happen. Don't be mad because I gave your ass a spoiler, not a prediction.
This would be a funny sport podcast.
I told your ass what was going to happen. Y'all like, oh no.
Yeah, I need y'all for sure though. I can't do this, but I cannot.
Evan to drop that deep cut. Evan got the tape.
You want the director's cut of that bullshit?
Yeah. Was I wrong? Yeah, I told the truth. Y'all was like, I want that same energy the next podcast.
He was like, I want everybody to understand that's in the chat. His deep cut was Patrick Mahomes going to Super Bowl. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. What?
3P.
Then he tried to backtrack and say he was just number 2 and he wasn't better than Tom.
I didn't never say he was that big shit.
Jay wasn't on the podcast then. Jay wasn't on the podcast, was he?
I never said he was the GOAT.
Yeah, Jay. Yeah, you did miss. You did miss. You did. You were entering that territory.
He at his.
I seen the look in your eye. Yo, me and Chef had to bring him back. We had to bring him back. You were like, I go, what you mean what?
Evan looked me in my soul. He said, I know what you want to say. I know you better than you think you do. I'm like, bro.
He was like, if
he runs 3 in a row, there's something nobody has ever done.
He's already number 2. I will say this. If that young man, and this is insane for me to say, if he wins 3 straight, he's better than Tom Brady. Yes.
All right, that's all I was saying, Daddy.
Because he wouldn't even have the same amount of Super Bowls, but 3 in a row in NFL, I don't give a shit about basketball. Basketball is always the same 4 teams. I cannot tell you how hard it is to win a Super Bowl. Like
getting
He's
in
the best
AFC.
ever if he
Look
wins
at
3.
the AFC.
But I'm here to tell you, Jack, he ain't winning.
Hey man, I'm scared of Houston. I'm a Houston.
You
Hey,
should be.
I'm
You
a
should
free
be.
agent. I gave up the fucking Cowboys on this podcast. I'm a free agent.
And you should have.
I did.
Wait a minute, Lucci. How you gonna Lucci? Caleb Williams don't got no help.
Oh,
They have to draft perfect to Chicago. Perfect. They have to draft perfect.
That brother for painting his nails, though, man. Let him do him, man. Quit.
Now that's a new era. Some of these young cats, they do that now.
What
Like,
it is, man.
I'm gonna keep it. Listen, we gotta understand something here, man. We can't always think everybody that does something we don't do is like I don't know, a sexuality thing. Like these young people nowadays, they paint the nails, man. It is what it is. Like I remember, because I'm old enough to remember, because I rocked the 2 earrings. People used to always be like the 2 earrings. I'm like, if you a G, you can do whatever you want, man.
Yeah, right.
But if you a G, you could do whatever you want, man. Like Harry Styles be rocking around like that skirt thing. I can't do that, but he can, man. He's Harry Styles, man. Like I don't make the rules, man. Harry Styles came on the carpet with like a freaking. It wasn't a kilt either. It was like a skirt dress thing, and I was like, yo, he could do that shit, man. I can't, but he can.
I kid you not. I pulled up to the bank today. I got some red loafers, some red slides. Look like the male version of Dorothy, bro. I pull it off. Look,
You strike me as a Negro that dress like Pinky though, for real. Do you not? You dress like Pinky or fucking?
Hey, sometimes I do. So I got a little Craig Stager in me. I got a little Byron Saxon over here. I can mix it up a little razzle dazzle. Yes, sir. I ain't gonna lie to you, Evan. You know what time it is.
I know. Listen, you gotta let these haters know.
I don't have enough
Let
energy
these haters
to
know.
even
This is the
say
day
anything about that.
and why.
Yo, my man Chef sick, man. I'm letting Chef out of here. He's sick.
I'm going to bed.
I appreciate all y'all for joining the chat. Y'all the best. Y'all gentlemen, thank you for taking time as usual. Yo, for real. Appreciate y'all.
Absolutely.